Welcome to Fino Concept. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our future videos.
Hey, what's up guys, this is Theo from Fino Concept. So today we are going to be creating a blog like this one. So let's just get into it. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is actually open up our XAMPP and we'll start the Apache and MySQL as always. Then we'll open up our browser. I'm just waiting for this to start up. Then I'll open my browser. I'm using Chrome by the way, but I mean you can just go with anything. So yeah, we just go to our localhost. Now if I go to my localhost, this is just sending us to XAMPP. So we have to install our WordPress or extract our WordPress document. So to do that, I'll just bring up my WordPress here. So I'll go to my local DC where XAMPP is installed, which is over here. Then I'll click on htdocs. I'll open it up. Then I'll just extract the WordPress zip file in here. Now mind you, you have to do this every single time you are installing WordPress. Okay, now that this is done, I'll just open up that folder and I'll go to wp config, just like all the other installations you'll be doing. So for the database name, I'm just going to call this blog. Now I have the habit of copying this so that I don't have to type it every single time. The username, we are going to set it as root, and the password we are going to leave it as blank. So I'll go ahead and save this up. Then I'll go back and change the folder name to the name of our database. Okay, so let's just minimize this and I'll go back to my browser. Now in XAMPP, I'll just click on PHP my admin. Then over here on the left panel, I'll click on new and I'll create a new database. So that will be the blog. So I'll just paste it in there and I'll click on create. So with that done, we have our PHP or our XAMPP link to our database folder. So all I have to do is just type in localhost / our database name, which is a blog. So I hit enter on my keyboard. And we'll start with our WordPress installation. So I click on let's go. Now the database name is blog, so I'll repaste that. Then our username is set to root, our password is blank, and this is still our local host because everything is on our computer. I'll just click on submit. Then I'll click on run the installation. Now what is the site title? I'll call this blog site, and as always I'll just leave a username like Theolavi. I'll just go with this password. So let's just save it somewhere safe. So I'll just open up Notepad and I'll copy this information. Actually I think I have one, so I'll open it up and I'll just paste it in here. So dimensions, I'll just use this password instead. So this password is from our previous tutorial, so I'll just copy that and I'll just use an email address. I do not want to use my main email address. This is just a dummy email address, so I'll just click on install WordPress from here. Okay, so now that is done, so let's go ahead and log in. So I'll just type in the username and I'll paste in the password, which is this password we used. So I'll click on login. Now this is our dashboard. If you want to know more information about the dashboard, you probably should watch our previous videos and make sure you download our PDF in the description below. It is going to make the whole learning process very simple for you. Okay, now the first thing is to change the theme because currently this is the theme that our website is coming with, or by default this is what WordPress gives us. So I'll go to appearance, and under appearance we have themes. So you can see currently this is the theme which is active. Like I said in my previous video, I'm fan of deleting all of these so that at the latter end, when you are compiling the website, it doesn't come with all these themes that you don't need. So for the blog site, I'll be using a theme called actually I don't remember the name, so let me just bring it up. WordPress 2018. So the theme is called Flash. So I'll click on upload theme. Currently I'm not connected to the internet, so you can't see any of our previous themes or any featured themes by WordPress here. So I'll just click on upload theme and I'll choose where the theme is. So the theme is lying on my desktop in a folder called WordPress 2018, and I'll just select that theme. So the theme name is Flash 1.2.2. So I'll open it up and I'll click on install now. Now this information is coming up again because I think the file size is too huge for that. So to correct this, I'll just right click and click on extract files, and I'm just going to extract it into the WordPress document. Better yet, I'll just go to my hard disk, go to the XAMPP folder, HP docs, and under HP docs I'll click on our new website, which is the blog, and I'll click on WP content, which stands for WordPress content, and in that I'll go to themes. So this is where it is, and I'll just go ahead and extract it in here. Now the idea is, since everything is stored on your hard disk, any changes you make in this folder should affect the website over here. So I'll just go back and let's just view our theme. So I'll go ahead and delete this WordPress theme which comes by default. I don't need that. Now we have the Flash installed, so I'll just refresh our page or just re-click on themes, and you can see that our theme is showing over here. So I'll click on activate to activate the Flash theme. Okay, now let's view our website and see how it is looking like. Okay, so this is our website, and yeah, there's nothing to it, so we have to start putting in our post. Now blog comes with posts, so everything we are going to be doing will be the post based. So we may or may not be creating as many pages as possible, so let's just go ahead and create a page like home, and I'll go ahead and publish that. Now most themes come with I have a word for this. Most theme comes with a blog page or a blog template. So if the theme is just a single page theme, then probably you'll be missing out on the blog pages. If this isn't clear, probably I will explain it later on. So I'll just go ahead and trash this. I already said before, I don't like having too many things I don't need in my on my website being in my files. So these plugins too, I'll go ahead and delete them because I do not need them, and click OK. So we are done with uploading our theme. The next thing is to start publishing. So if I go to post, you can see that we have a post by default, which is the hello world, and we can see that here on our website. So it is on our home page. All we have to do is just go ahead and add in a few. Now you notice that I haven't created any menu for this. This is because we already have a menu created by default. Even if you don't create one on your own, it's going to show up. And since we are using just the home page, I don't think it's necessary to create a menu for that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add a new post. I don't have a name for this post, so let's just grab some few images, like the featured images. So I'll just upload these featured images in our media. So I'll just open it up and just click and drag onto the media. Now, since they are all books, I probably would go for something like, okay, the first one is talking about a mock-up. So I will call this mock-up. Now I don't have any information for this, so I'll just grab any random information. Let's see if I can get any from my previous works. So okay, so I have this information. I'll just copy and paste that, even though I don't think it's, I mean, we don't need it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and set a featured image, and the first featured image is going to be the one under mock-up. Okay, now you can go ahead and add in a few tags. Tags makes it a lot easier to find what you are looking for, if it is or if they are of the same category. Now this thing is different from this category over here. The tags, I mean, if you have well, let's take this example. You can have a tag like books, a tag like mockup, and you separate each one of them with a comma. If you can't see that, it's even stated here, so you have to do that. You can have a tag like person, because there's a person here. So I just add these up. Now the difference between the tag and the category is, the category, you can have something like a phone, so you can have a category like phones. Then in the tag you can have phones like the Samsung, the Apple, the Huawei, and I don't know if Infinix or something of that sort. So for the category, I'll just create a new category and call it books, and I'll just add this category to that, and I'll go ahead and publish. So now that that is done, you go ahead and create a new post, and this post will be let's see, so this mockup, effective mockups. So I'll call this effective mockups. Then we'll just paste in our information there again. I'll set the featured image, and let's add a tag. So we just go with the same tag over and over again. Probably add in effective, because I mean effective, or something like black. So let's add the black too. Then I'll go ahead and check books, because it is also under books. Now the last thing will be this, so simple book mockup. So let's just type it in. So simple book mockup. Now I'm trying to speed up this video, because I'm assuming that you've gone through our previous tutorial, so you understand everything I'm doing so far. So this is books mockup person, probably purple or something. I'll just add some random things. Okay, so now we have 4 posts, 1 by default. So we have 4 posts, and 3 we created it on our own. So this is how our blog is looking like. And the advantage of having a featured image is because it actually comes with the image. You can see that with the hello world, there's no featured image. If I open it up here and I try to edit this post, you can see that it has no featured image. So on the website, no image is showing for hello world, but for the rest of our posts, you can see that we have something of that sort. Now this part of the sidebar is showing our recent posts, again showing our recent comments, archives, category, and meter. I actually enjoy taking this out. This is because I don't want you to be logging out once you log in. So, but for this tutorial, I'll just leave it out. Okay, so basically, this is how to create a blog, and it's quite as simple as you expected it to be. But I'll just go ahead and dive into the customize section of this theme, and we'll go ahead and make some few changes on our website. So first of all, unfortunately, I don't have a logo for this, but I mean, let's just create one. So I'll go ahead and select logo, and they are saying it should be 150 by 150 pixel. So I'll just enter into Photoshop and try to create a new one now. So this is going to be a very simple one. It's just a text logo. I'm just going to be creating a text logo. So the name is blog. I reduce the size to right around 12. And it's nicer if you add in some few shapes. So I'll grab a shape like the ellipse. So I'll create a circle, a perfect circle. And if you already have a logo, I mean, you wouldn't have to be going through this process that I am. Just go ahead and change this to white. And instead of the text being narrow, I'll change it to probably bold. And let's see. Oops. Too much zooming in. So I'll change this to right around 10 points. I think this is okay. So what I will do is I want to pick the initial color from here so that everything looks just like, no, everything looks uniform. So I'll just grab my snipping tool. I just want the specific color, so I'll create a new screenshot over here. Now this is already copied to the clipboard, so I'll just paste it in here, and I'll zoom in a couple of times with my eyedropper tool. I'll sample the color. Now I don't need this screenshot, and I'll pick the color over here. So I think, yeah, we can let this be our logo. I think it's looking nice. I just go ahead and reduce this a little bit. I'll create another one though and make this fill up the entire screen. And with you or my pressing U, I mean going back to the shapes tool, I'll change this to transparent, and I'll make this a fill color and change it to probably short dashes. Reduce the point size to maybe around 2, and this is our logo. So I'll make this transparent, remove the background, and I'll save it as a PNG file. So PNG, and I'll save it on my desktop. So let's just go ahead, probably let's just save it in here. Okay, so we are done with our logo. Now let's upload it. So logo, upload logo, select files, and the file is here. So I'll just go ahead and open it up, and I'll select this, skip cropping. So we are expecting to see our logo here, and yeah, it's here alright, but I think it's a little bit too big. Anyway, this is a tutorial, so we wouldn't be doing too much. So here you can go ahead and change the tagline. So read more about anything, and I want to display the site title and tagline over here, so I'll make sure that that is checked. Now the fave icon, I still don't know how to pronounce this, but let's just assume it's fave icon. I'll go ahead and select it and skip cropping tools. We are expecting it to be here, and it is. So I'll go ahead and publish this, and now let's see how the website is looking. So yeah, this is what we have. Anyway, now the next thing will be probably we are done with site identity. The colors, I'm just going to leave the colors the way they are, The media, I already talked about the header video being on top of the, you know what, we actually haven't created one, but I mean, I don't want this video to be too long, so let's just leave that for probably some other time. If you guys want to see that, just let me know in the comments below, and we will do that as soon as we have the time. Okay, so we have the box layout obviously, and we have the wide layout. And if most of you have been watching the tutorial so far, you can see that I'm always a fan of the wide layout. So let's just make some few changes over here. So here, if you try to type in some information, you can see that it is appearing at the top. Now this is very important if you want to add in something like your telephone number. So I'll start with maybe 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9, and you can add something like our email address, which will be probably blog@email.com, something ridiculous. You can also add it in here, and after you are done with that, you make sure that you insert your link. Now you remember I told you that it has to be mailed to before the email address. Okay, so now it is going to be clickable, and your phone number is also going to display. Now if you want to make this a little bit more, catchy to the eye, you can add an icon or an image of probably a cell phone or something over there. Now currently this is set to disabled. If you set it to social menu, you're expecting to have some social menus at the top, but it is not showing because we've not set anything to that for now. Okay, so for the header menu, there are a few options you can always choose from. This is the theme I'm going with. I like my information centered at the my information centered. An example of our website having something like this would be the you know what, I'll leave a link in the description below. I think it's All Ghana Admissions. We are the ones running it, and you can also check it out anytime if you are interested in getting admissions. So there are a few changes you can always make here. I'm not going to be going through the entire video because I want to make it as short as possible. So basically that's it. This is it for our blog. Now I'm making the home page the blog page because since this is a blog website, the moment our visitors come to the website, we are expecting them to be viewing content and not having to go through a series of lists before they can do that. Okay, there's another thing I want to talk about. Now currently we have two categories, which is the books category and the uncategorized. Now if I go ahead and pick some random images like for the sliders, now let's create a new post and call this post slider 1, and we put in the same information. I don't have the same information, so let's just copy one from one of our posts. So I'll copy this entire information, close this up, and I'll put it in here. Now I'm going to set the featured image to something different so that we don't confuse ourselves. So this, I'll pick the images from the sliders, and I'll open this up and just set featured image. Now for the tags, I'm just going to leave the tags as they are. Probably let's just call it slider. We have t-shirts. I think just these two is okay. Sorry about that. I'll create a new category, and I'll call this category slider. So slider, and I'll go ahead and publish this. Now let's just create a few other posts, about 3. So 1 2 3. Then this will be called slider 2. Put the same information, set our featured image. So that's going to be slider 2. and I'm going to set it to, okay, for some reason our category is not showing, so I'll go ahead and publish this. Probably after reloading it's going to show over here. It's not showing. I think I didn't save it the other time, so you know what, let's just create it and add. Yeah, I think I didn't add new category, that's why it's not showing. So the third one will be slider 3, the same information. Now I'm creating the same information because I don't have anything to be putting in there, but for you guys, I'm sure you have something very interesting you like to post on your website for people to view your content. Anyway, so I'll just save this up, publish this. Now, okay, now slider is showing, so I'll select slider and I'll update the post. So let's see our website now. Okay, so we have our sliders in there. Now you can see that we have recent posts being the recent ones we just published, and for our categories we have 3 of them. Now if I click on books, we are expecting to see a blog full of just books. The same way if we click on slider, we are expecting a blog full of just sliders. Now let's just say you want to have a menu at the top which would be home, then your various categories. How would you go about that? You just go back to menu. Even though I said we wouldn't be creating menu, I think we should probably do that. So I'll create a main menu. I'll just click create menu here. So I'll just go to the pages. We have the home page. I'll just add that to the menu. Now, you know what? Let's just save this menu temporarily. We'll come back to that. I want to change this. If you don't have your home page set to your blog page, then go to settings, and under settings go to reading. Then make sure that your home page is set to latest post. In case it is set to a static page, just make sure that it's set to latest post. You can also do that by going to appearance, and under appearance you go to customize. So I'll go ahead and save this up so that it doesn't override our previous settings. So in customize, you just go to homepage settings and you change this to your latest post. Basically it's going to give you the same thing. So let's just go back to our menu and continue from where we left off. Okay, so for the menus, like I said, I want the menus to be about home, then the rest would be probably the various categories we have in there. So currently we have 3 categories, like I said, books, slider, and uncategorized. So I'll go ahead and click under pages. I'll click on posts. You can see our various posts are in there. If I set this to probably one of the posts, anytime you click on this, it's going directly to the post. So let's just use slider 4 as one of them. Now instead of custom pages, I'm just going to select these categories, and I'll add these categories to the menu. Now let's just go ahead and save. Let's select primary and save this up. I selected primary because I wanted to show on the primary menu, not probably a menu at the bottom here or at the side or somewhere else. We just want it to be on the main menu here. So you can see if I click on slider 4, it's just sending me to the slider 4 post, which is, if it's something you want, I mean, you can also do that. So if we click on the books, it is just sending us to a blog full of just books. Slider will send us to a blog full of just sliders, and uncategorized will be the hello world, and the slider we didn't put in any category. So basically that's it. So if you have a category for phones, cars, cameras, anything at all, even if it's food, and you just want to put them on the main menu, you can just go ahead and do that from here. So basically that's it. I think we've covered the business. So thank you guys for watching. If this video was helpful, just give it a thumbs up, show me some love. If you think someone else needs this video more than you do, be sure to share it with them. I mean, sharing is caring. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any time you upload a new video. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.